beautiful stranger. But at least I got buried alone. Always knew I was gonna get knocked out. I ain't got no grudge to own. I can feel it, how you need it, telling me to stop living. Some things won't stay in the shadows, so summon your ghost now. I don't care what you're doing, I don't care if you need it. I just know what I'm losing. I don't wanna be dead anymore. I don't care what you're doing, I don't care if you need it. I don't believe what you're selling. I don't wanna be dead anymore.
This is the Great Legend, and I'm coming at you live, man. Finally, the Great Legend has come back to Friday nights, man. This is where it all started, man, basically, for me, doing the Friday Night Live show, first on the scene, kicking it real, kicking it live, putting this bad boy into overdrive. Man, but before we get started, I wouldn't be a host if I didn't check the chat, and the chat is popping tonight. Man, look at that chat. We got Who Dat Comics and Movies, man. He says, welcome back. We got Scott Farr, one of the coolest Funko freaking channels and comic channels you're ever going to see. Also a big channel on the IG community. We got Splash Page Comics, which I had damn dinner with this guy the other about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Man, that was a lot of fun. Me and the wife and my 2 boys and Splash Page went to a steakhouse, man. So anytime Splash Page is in town is a good time to be around. The man, the myth, the guy with the gloves. This man has a bunch of love for that Silver Age Marvel. All right, what else we got going on? Simply incredible podcast who I've been enjoying on Instagram lately. And I watched one of his recent videos. God, I'm trying to remember what it was, but I remember I was watching Simply Incredible podcast, one of his videos. I just can't remember which one it is. There's so many out there, you know. Double S, the comic book reader in the house, the champ that runs the camp. He looks like money, and he is money. Well, man, I ran out a lot of money last, was it last weekend? Yeah, man. Or was it the weekend before that? Got a new car, so yeah. Hadn't been buying a lot of books lately. We got one of the best in the auction business. The Big Bear's Bargain Basement Blowout Special. Man, it's great to see Big Bear here tonight. I keep up a lot with old Lady Bear on the old FB, the Facebook. Mr. Gretzky, I remember those shows. You remember those old Friday night ones before Comic Book Roundtable used to begin? Kind of slide that little legend so you get a little bit of that. You get a little bit of that appetizer. And then you watch, you know, whatever show you're watching Friday. In my case, in today's time, in today's reality, it's Comic-Core because it's the best damn effing live show on the internet. Besides this one, of course. Seawood19. Hey, yo, newsstand. Man, it's good to see the CW19 in here. Fish Tropic, CW's first subscriber right there. The Great Legendary in the air, baby. Perry Comics is lurking tonight. Big shout out to Perry and all of his lurkers that are watching him. He does a great job. You know, what he's doing is he's lurking. But the thing is, he's sharing all the stuff he watches with all of his viewers, so his viewers will be thoroughly entertained. So God bless you for that, Perry. Good looking out for people. And I couldn't like not give this guy a shout out. Midwest Comic Man. Midwest Comic Man is here, one of the Golden Age extraordinaires from Tuesday night's Golden Guys over there on Comic-Core. Well, you know, tonight I was kind of just wanting to do this big announcement. I'm still going to be checking the chat because I need to do a lot better than that because with what I'm wanting to do, Legend is coming back Friday nights live. I mean, I have not done these Friday night shows probably since maybe when Blast It or Stash It was on Friday night. And, of course, I used to do them in the old days with our many iterations of the comic book podcast to comic book roundtable. And I think comic book roundtable still goes on if anyone out there still watches Odd Fellows Thoughts. But those were some good times back then, and I always did a solo live show before the big group live show or the big community live show. So many channels out there, go into business for themselves. Instead of taking care of the company, they taking care of themselves. Like Shawn Michaels, going home when he don't want to work, because he's upset with other people going over, like a Stone Cold. Or who else was he complaining about? The Rock. He used to complain about The Rock a lot, too, him and Triple H behind the scenes. They used to, bitch and moan, and they would refuse to do the job in many instances because they didn't want to share the spotlight with others. For me personally, I've always been a giver, a.k.a. JD. You've seen him before on Golden Guys on Tuesday night. He also has his own channel called JD Comics, and he talks about givers and takers. And in the community, there's so many people that need our help. There's so many people that need others to rely on, whether that be like support, or they're going through some problems at home, or maybe they lost their jobs, or they're going through some bad times. But we can make some of those bad times good times if we just lend a hand. First you got to lend a hand. Then you want to use your ears. These are your, we got your hand, you got the touchy feels, you got the ears right here. You got your sight. You can even smell what I'm cooking. And you can definitely taste the action you're getting here tonight live on youtube.com/r.e95. But when I look in this chat right now, all I see are givers and good people. And speaking of one of the best givers in the game, he works so hard. He's always sleeping because he's always promoting. He's like Vincent Kennedy McMahon behind the scenes of Comic-Core. He's always promoting the shows, putting shows together, making sure everything is running as it should be. Does this man ever take credit? No, he doesn't do that. He's not one of those kind of people because he wants to put those others on a pedestal. Those hosts of all those live shows on Comic-Core. He wants to put them on the pedestal. He wants them on the top because he's putting them over before he's putting over himself. And that is Triple C, Comic-Core Chad. Man, great to see Chad in the house. Remember, here about 9 Central Standard Time, 10 Eastern, 40 minutes away, you're going to see the hottest show on Friday nights. And I'm talking the Comic-Core. If you didn't know what that channel was all about, it is off the rails night. And that means it's like Cheers. At the end of the week, you've worked your asses off. You've had your trials and tribulations at work. You had your trials and tribulations with family. If you got some in-laws or some people being dicks in your own family, everyone's got some of those people. I mean, dicks in the family, you got to deal with it. But on Friday nights, you get to sit back and you get to unwind because you're going to have a great time watching the comic book community. And more importantly, watching that Comic-Core show. Like I said, about 39 minutes away. But Paul wants me to get my shit together and get on topic because I'm still checking the chat. I'm still running my mouth, but that's all right because that's what I do. All right, who else we got in here? Sasha Banks, every time she loses a match. Man, old Sasha, man, she can't cut a break, but good heel promo. Roundtable, I think it's a one-man show. I know, man. Odd Fellows Thoughts, man, gone too soon. Mastodons, Comics and Collecting. That's my boy Donnie. We're less than 1 week away, and then I'm finally going to get to meet Donnie and just rub his head. Cat Ren Figures, and also known as Cinema Figures. She's here. I love this girl. Her and her friend Mark, BKR90, the superstar. They come at you live, and they put all kinds of content, whether it be comics or stuff that you see on that silver screen, man. You can't get no better than Cat Ren. Holy crap, the legend has returned. The BIC. Bear Island, that is right, man. I'm coming back to take my spot on Friday nights. Keeping it real and keeping it alive. Ed D! Man, swinging that D around with the comics and games, of course. Now, we got 19 watching right now. It looks like, y'all haven't gone anywhere. You know, the fans are still here. It's just the legend hadn't been here on Friday night, so it's great to see everybody here live tonight with the Great Legend Show. Now, a lot of times the Great Legend is full of comics, cooking. I know you haven't seen no cooking lately, but that's all right. Gaming, and the truth. So tonight, you got a little bit of the truth about givers and takers, and you may get some more truth throughout the video. But tonight's video, I was thinking, well, I could throw them some of that Gauntlet Slayer edition, because I never have got to use the wizard on there yet, which I think his name's Merlin, you know, classic Merlin. Got all these cool spells, fire spells, ice spells, electricity spells. So damn cool. And I could play it with this, this wireless type thing here. It's made by Xbox, and you can sync up your controllers to it and like all kind of cool stuff. So I can use a wireless controller for my PC Steam games, which is so cool because the wire always came out of the top of the controller, you know, USB gimmicks and all. It's like we need more power. But anyways, what I want to do tonight, I want to tell you a little bit about what I've been reading, and then we're also going to be opening up some packages. I know a lot of y'all like hauls. A lot of y'all like opening packages and seeing like big-time key issues and Hulk 181s and Batman Adventure 12s, you know, and all those kind of, you know, any time a movie's out, whether it be Birds of Prey or Wolverine or Hulk or... That's what the sheep buy. You know, this ain't no sheep books up in here. All right, so goddamn, can I get an amen? Hell yeah, I can. All right, so let me show you first. First off, the importance of digital comics. Now, I know what you mean. Great Legend, back in the day, man, you was against digital. You was cursing digital. You didn't like the digital because we all know digital is the future beast system, 666. You know, is that your number? It's not mine, but that's the future system, right? But some things digitally are pretty damn good, and we could take advantage of now, you know, before the big-time beast system hits us. Yeah, get moving, Legend. Only guy I know that can turn or open one package into a 3-hour show. Damn! Got the Marvel arcade cabinet today. Damn! Arcade 1-up. Dude, let me open up my Streamlabs so I can put that on the damn... There it is. Okay, Scott Farr, man. Good looking out, man. I ain't seen it. Let me just say this. And my stuff's all messed up because Windows had some kind of an update. And, man, I ain't had my Streamlabs and Streamlabs open in a long time. So we'll get that bad boy going there. And we can get old Scott Farr's name up there on the latest Super Chat donation. Let me just get up in that real quick. Let's check that bad boy out. There it is. That's what I'm talking about. Scott Farr. Right up there, people. Thank you, Scott. Man, the Marvel arcade cabinet today. Arcade 1-ups are popping up all over the scene. I saw the other day a woman unbox a Ninja Turtle one. 4-player, little mini cab. And had all the joysticks, man, it looked really cool. So those arcade 1-ups, man, those are awesome. Let me know in the chat below, Scott, what kind of games are you looking forward to most playing on your new 1-up arcade? And while he's tapping that in, I'm going to show you this right here, man. This is the DC Universe app I've been reading. And it has movies, comics, you know, it's got movies and TV. You know, I wish I had my little reflector software. I haven't bought the newest version. So what I'll be able to do when I get my new version, I'll be able to show you anything on an iOS device on the actual stream. But they got shows like Doom Patrol, Swamp Thing. That was an excellent show. We talked about Swamp Thing on our Thursday night show on Comicore. And, of course, it's called Outside the Issues. They also had Outside the Issues last night, where they talked about a plethora of shows that are going on that were just freaking awesome. But we got Swamp Thing there, Young Justice, Outsiders. Hey, go old school. Go see you some Lois and Clark. Constantine, man, it's all on there. And a lot of folks are watching the Teen Titans show. Teen Titans, you know, they did the vote. Shall we kill off Jason Todd or shall we let him live? So there's the Titans live action show. But more importantly, I do watch some of these shows. I'm far behind on Titans. That's why I haven't been on Outside the Issues. I don't want, you know, Chad and Catherine to spoil anything for me on Outside the Issues. That one's for for Drew Manchu, Heroes in Crisis. There's another one for Drew Manchu, Doomsday Clock. Man, have y'all seen pancakes that look any better, man? Gary Frank, that man can make some pancakes. Get to know Batwoman. Why do we want to get to know Batwoman? Because she's on the CW now, Ruby Rose. So it's all in the mind. What you see is what you're going to go for. That's all about the marketability of some of this stuff that's going on. DC Universe, Hispanic Heritage. Do we have any Hispanics in the house? Any Hispanics in the house? Fish Tropic, how about you, brother? You got a lot of pescado, man. Muchos más pescados en la agua, ese. Oh, double S, man. That's what I'm talking about. Somos unos vatos locos forever. Man, that's Jessica freaking Cruz, man. I got her first appearance. I don't have it graded or nothing. I don't know if she's worthy of getting it graded, but she is pretty damn awesome. But anyway, what I've been reading is, if I know this isn't a big enough screen, but I've been reading The Blackest Night. And I know it's hard to see, so I'll click on the one I've been reading on right now. I've been reading the Green Lantern number 50, the Parallax little rebirth, which I have no clue what it's about. There's the Jim Lee. Is that a Jim Lee? Yeah, it's a Jim Lee cover. And it's got the New Guardians Unleashed. And with all the colors of the spectrum, that's what's going to be able to defeat Necron and Black Hand. So, really nice way to read comic books. I mean, if you got the splash pages, like Splash Page Comics, you can do it like that. I know the brightness is pretty far on that, so I want to cut my brightness down for you, see if that looks any little better. Yeah, a lot better when brightness is down all the way. Look at Flash in the bottom right corner wearing the blue ring of hope. Wonder Woman's got a sapphire ring on. Of course, there's Carol Ferris. Lex Luthor has a ring of avarice on along with Larfleeze. Atrocitus has Mara. They got a red lantern on. Scarecrow from Gotham City's got the Fear ring. Sinestro's wearing. St. Walker, of course, is the blue lantern. There's Indigo 1 has got an indigo ring on Ray Palmer, the Atom, and they're just freaking going to town. So I've been reading this. Like I said, I've been reading all the Green Lantern issues leading up to Blackest Night, and then I've been reading the Blackest Night, 8 issues, I believe. But another thing I've been reading, fans, is not only just Blackest Night by the Jeff Johns here, but I've been reading all of these Blackest Night, not all of them yet. Oh my God, can I not exit out of here? One thing DC does need to work on is their app. That's one thing, because you click on it, like I click on it, and nothing freaking happens. You could swipe all day, every day, but like say I want to click on something, there we go, it finally came up, so I can click done. Sometimes it doesn't register. The miniseries I read before this was the Flash Blackest Night miniseries, the 3 issues, all about, where Barry, has some of the most hope in the DC universe. He gets a Blue Lantern ring, and he's trying to save the grandson of Barry Allen, which his name is Bart Allen. See, I didn't read any Teen Titans, or I wasn't reading during this time period. So he's trying to save Bart Allen, but Wally West has been the Flash while Barry's been, lost, I guess, since Infinite Crisis or wherever the hell he died, where he was in the Speed Force. But so he comes back, and it's just awesome. So you get a little hope and you get a little family. And on the flip side of this Flash, Jeff Johns story, this little 3-part story, is you get the rogues. The rogues have their own part. So you have the current day rogues trying to deal with all the dead rogues that have already passed on, and they've already got Black Lantern rings. And man, it was just awesome. Captain Cold kicked a lot of ass. Trickster, Weather Wizard, Heat Wave, God, who else was in there? Of course, Golden Glider had the black ring on. The New School Boomerang was in there, but it was just really freaking awesome. So the plan is this, people. I'm reading all those, regardless, I'm reading all the Jeff Johns Green Lanterns. I do have those in singles in there, but I haven't ever read them all the way through, and I'm reading them solo, but I'm kind of going back and forth between the normal Blackest Night comic book series. Look at this freaking cover right here. This is going to be issue 51 of Green Lantern. It's so freaking cool. It's Scarecrow What are you afraid of? Sorry for the glare. It's not in Mylar. It's just whatever glass Apple uses for an iPad. But I mean, fans, Blackest freaking Night, so freaking cool. So everyone, all of those issues, the other tie-ins that I've got downloaded that I want to read are the Teen Titans, Blackest Night. I want to read the Batman, the Superman, the Wonder Woman, just the main 3-issue arcs. And then as far as solo arcs, I've got a Power of Shazam, Blackest Night, and I've got a Phantom Stranger issue of Blackest Night. But before I get into some of the other stuff, let's check the chat. All right, checking the chat real quick. Got some amens in there from earlier. Thank you again, Scott Farr. Nice donation, and I hope you enjoy your arcade cabinet. I like digital and in hand books. Simply Incredible Podcast says. Sometimes you got to get that ink on your fingers. Yeah, man, there's nothing like the smells, the inks. Man, when the smells and the inks, they run wild. They run wild in style because when you're looking at that paper, you got to hit that vapor. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so we got a splash page in the house. Man, I got so much in the chat. Digital has its place. This is Midwest. Digital has its place. But until they can replicate the feel and the smell of a Golden Age book, not as good. Now, some say in the future systems will be living in those virtual reality lands. So maybe, if there's some gloves that'll give you some tinglies, maybe you could read a Golden Age, any Golden Age you want in like a holodeck scene. Like say you go back in time to when Action Comics 1 came out, 38, 39, something around there. And you're able to feel and read that stuff like in your own holodeck. That's plausible, and some folks may do that. Some people love being tapped into the social media, the technology, the early incarnation of the Beast system. And it is pretty good. Well, the early incarnation, not all the future shit. I ain't getting no mark on the hand or the forehead, baby. All right. Scott Farr says, my ideal arcade one-up would be X-Men 4-player, Dragon's Lair 1 and 2, and Space Ace would be the best. That would be a good arcade, having those Laserdisc ones. Simply Incredible says, I have to catch up on Titans. Yeah, that TV show, I've only watched the Season 2, Episode 1. Mr. Gretzky wants pancakes now. Thank you, Drew. If you're watching, Garrett Frank makes pancakes. Aggressively Relaxing. What is up, AR? Buy DC's Comic Smell Emitter for $9.99. Just attach the device and smell. Frank Cho Wheat Cakes. Rob Rippa, man. What's going on, man? It has been forever. Man, I hope the guitar chords are doing you good. You're one of the good songwriters. Hope you're doing some good kick-ass music. On occasion, I'll see you comment on Howler Mouse's videos, one of my old school round table buddies. Blackest Night is so good. Fun read, Carson says. Smash that like button if you get a chance. And I don't know if there's a bell icon or not on your screen. There's not one on mine. I guess I can't ring my own bell, if you will, but if y'all have a bell, please ring it, and y'all will know when I'm live. What is up, the comic book G-Spot, Galvin? And Robert Galvin, great to see you, man. All right, Fish Tropic said, they told me at PetSmart they were cold water minnows, so I'm good. All right, so yeah, Splash, get your info from Fish Tropic on the down low when you don't know what you need to know when it comes to spending the bank on a fish tank. You only get it here live. The rhyme's always 5 seconds at a time. Seeing into the future is fucking cool. There ain't no denying. All right, man. Great to see everyone here tonight. J Hood Creative. Man, big shout out to J Hood Creative on J Hood Creative's channel. I watched this today. I was going to watch it yesterday, but ran out of time. But, man, he had a kick-ass video, and it wasn't like your normal Joker movie review. Spoilers, no spoilers. It don't matter because he didn't talk about the movie. But what he did talk about was realism in comics today. Whether that be like real life heroes like Garth Ennis's The Boys, or that other comic series called, I don't know what it was, the Sorority or something, whatever comic books J Hood is going to be selling on his thing. He's going through his collection and kind of getting rid of the stuff that's, focuses on realism of heroes and go back in time to where it was just kick-ass stories. The heroes always won. And, man, you always had a great little deal at the end, whether that be like don't fly your kite near power lines, turn the oven off, so you don't burn down your dad's trailer when you're trying to make French fries. Thank you very much, Ricky. And then you try to blame Bubbles for it. So just doing it like that, it's kind of like take all the bullshit out of the book, and then you got a damn comic book again, right? What are they called? They're called funny books, right? Damn. Why so serious, says the Joker. So, man, another great thing about J Hood Creative, he is one of the special guests tonight live on the Comic Core. And I know we have 21 people watching right now. Man, the Comic Core, go, all you 21 people watching, if you have nothing else to do tonight with your family, okay, or your faith, J Hood Creative, big shout out. Too sweet. Faith first, then family. God for me first. God and Jesus first. Family. Comics. No, I wouldn't even say that. I have to put work in third because I love my work. Work is like my work family. Fourth, man, I don't know. Fourth's hard. Fourth is probably not even comics for me. But it could be any kind of my own leisure, whether that be playing a video game, watching a movie, a TV show, comic books, or chatting with you on YouTube. That's probably my fourth. But J Hood Creative kind of had his own truth video, which was just freaking cool. A lot of times in comic channels, you mainly just, have show and tell. Like, people are going to show you stuff, But J Hood Creative showed you some skills that you could use to better yourself, to better your life. And in the end, you're going to be better in your faith and your family because you're going to be spending in more time with them, which are the most important things. Well, that's to me and J Hood, but some great important things in your life. Good to see y'all in the chat, man. Good to see you. Let's see. Oh, there he is, Comic Man Andy. What's up, Andy, man? Great to see you. And Bob World. I forgot to give some love to my main man, Bob World. So freaking awesome. Simple action. Monster trucks and machine guns. Two kick-ass game genres. Let me show you, before I unbox packages, I went over a little bit of what I've been reading. Another thing that I've been reading is Jeff Johns. No, not Jeff Johns. I've been reading a lot of Jeff Johns, but Grant Morrison. That's who I've been reading. I've been reading Grant Morrison's The Green Lantern series. Phenomenal series. This series takes off after the normal Rebirth. There was New 52. There was the Rebirth storyline, and that was Simon Baz and Jessica Cruz learning to be a great team. Of course, they move on to Justice League for a small time, and then John Stewart's back in Justice League. So a lot of stuff happens not only in the DC universe, but in the Green Lantern universe as well. And I haven't seen any story like this in a long time. So currently in the Green Lantern. I'm the Great Legend, the Green Lantern. I'm getting tongue twisted here, but phenomenal story. It starts off where there's these dark stars. They're kind of like a villain group, I would say they're probably like a smuggler group, or maybe even like in Star Wars-esque, maybe kind of Mandalorian-ish. They're out for their own. They could be kind of like Punisher. Sometimes they're bad, sometimes they're good, but whatever they can do to succeed in life, they're going to do above all else. And if sometimes they take lives to do that. Well, anyways, Hal gets sucked into joining them for a small time. He thinks he escapes them. He thinks he blows up their whole freaking... the thing I love about this is it's classic Grant Morrison. If you've ever listened to my Mandela Effect stuff, my biblical stuff, my Christian stuff, my sermons, I don't really mean to call them that because I'm no preacher, but I mean they've been pretty solid, just instrumental videos about the digital reality we live in currently. Anything by Grant Morrison is money. I mean, it's 11 out of 10 all day, every day. He writes these stories for the minds that the veil has been lifted on. Now, if you don't know what if the veil's not lifted to you, or if you're still have the veil over your face and you're living in this digital reality world, you haven't taken that certain pill to understand, what kind of place you're in. definitely, man, read some Grant Morrison, and maybe he can help peel that veil on back. But the dude's a damn genius. Love me some Grant Morrison. So basically, Hal blows this bomb up. He thinks he's won, but what happens is he kind of loses his memory, and he's captured inside of his own power ring, which is kind of a just a classic gimmick, you know. And he's got that dude that rhymes words all the time. No, not myself. He looks like a little green leprechaun, possibly of the Mr. Mixoplick fan era, fan base. I think they were buddies. But really kick-ass comic. And in the end, you know, at issue 12, you find out that, oh my God, look at this, the G-Spot. Man, it's great to have you back. Robert Galvin in the house. Man, going to be up there here in a little bit. Man, God bless you, Robert Galvin. Robert Galvin fans, humongous guy on the live show scene. You never know when he's going to go live either, so make sure you hit that bell icon. Because when you hit that bell icon, you'll know when the G-Spot has come to fruition. And when the G-Spot is freaking stimulated, Robert Galvin is stimulated. You know what I'm saying? It's a damn great show. Go over there, check it out. There's Mr. Mike Comic Cryptic Castle Hills. Thank you so much, Mike, for coming tonight all the way down from San Antonio town. The man, the myth, the CC of the CH. Man. Great to see you here tonight. And we got Barbarian Kung Fu, who's been live recently on some shows. Man, it's great to see the BKF coming at us live tonight. And Murph. Murph is here. Man, I'm getting hot already. I may have to take the beanie off. So we're really running close. We got about 15 minutes to go. I was going to unbox these two thin ones, but I'm going to put those off to the side. See if we can get to those next Friday night. I've got one for us to unbox. Now, this one came out of the blue. It's in this style here. From a guy by the name of Brian Spaceboy Jordan. We have a package from Brian Spaceboy Jordan, one of the old schools of the comic book community. Now he's more into the vinyl. You know, his name's Music Chatter. Check the man out. And I'll need to add his link. I'll add his Music Chatter link to the description down below, because I don't think he does comic books anymore. Last I heard, he was, you know, selling the comics because he's the proud owner of a brand new house, man. Congratulations, Space Boy. Got him a new house. That's really nice, man. You got to have a place for the family to live. Damn, you know how to pack them packages. All right. Thank you, funny. Oh, Saturday night. Saturdays at midnight. Ooh. I don't know what's all in here, but I think I may have some comics and some trades in here, people. Wow. Look at those, man. Look at those. Look at these. All right, this is, I see one. I know I've already got a copy of these, but fans, let me tell you, fans, tonight, you're going to see him here. Look at that bad boy right there. One of Modern Men's. We talked about both of these series on Modern Men. Episode 1. Now, what is Modern Men? Well, you may have heard of the Golden Guys. You know, Golden Age comic books are so freaking hot right now. They're almost as hot as melted gold. But, dude, check these trades out. Now, I actually may take some of these to my library and donate, or I could give them away. But we're going to see. Right there, Saga. I know Andy, Comic Man Andy, has about 10 copies of Volume 1, first print, number 1. Dude, it's just one of the greatest stories that I've ever read in the modern era. And I've got another trade. I've got one trade in the bedroom right now, which my wife still needs to read it. But this one, God, I wish I knew someone in the chat who hasn't read Saga before. Because this belongs in someone's home that has never read Saga. But I'm not giving it away just yet. But stay tuned. Next Friday night, we may actually have a giveaway. And then 2 other Image classics. And, of course, this is Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. And another 2 classics. We have John Layman and Rob Guillory. Look at that. Volume 1, Taster's Choice. And Volume 2, International Flavor. So I got the first 2 trades, man, of Chew. It's got that classic Rob Guillory artwork. You know, Who Dat. A big shout out to Who Dat Comics and Movies, and also a buddy of mine. I'm just going to call him Mr. Kelly. Those were the 2 guys that told me about this book. But, man, the artwork on here, man. The story of Tony Chew. Great thing about Guillory, always look in the background, especially his new series he's writing called Farmhand, which is coming out issue 11, I believe, next month. But look at the things in the background on his series, because you'll see some little cool Easter eggs. A lot of freaking fun. So, fans, we're getting close. We're about 12 minutes away from Comic Core. I want to give some more shout-outs to the chat. Oh, yeah, you know, that's a good idea. I mean, Splash, you need... Come pick me up, and then let's go to San Antonio, and then let's go to Houston. We can meet up with Double S and Comic Crypto Castle Hills, and maybe even see our good friend Strictly Comics Edwin. So, Andy, there it is, brother. Saga, one of our favorite reads that we talked about on Modern Men. Now, if you missed Modern Men Episode 2, I couldn't make it, but Modern Men Episode 2 was last Saturday night, I believe, and it starred our awesome host of the Comic Core, Seawood19, and Comic Man Andy. And Comic Man Andy has a home on the Comic Core when it comes to Modern Men. Speaking of Modern Men, Brian B., what's going down? Can't hang out, just saw you wrong, wanted to say hi, bro. Have a great show. Man, God bless you, man. Take the time, collectible. See, this guy's a busy man, but in his name, he'll, you know, teach your brain, or shall I say, educate your brain. Take the time, collectibles. He's taking the time out of his day just to come by to say hello to the Great Legend Show, because he knows it's one of the best places you're ever going to be on Friday night, and that's the Great Legend Show. Man, it's great. We've had a damn good turnout tonight. I'll go ahead and wind this on down. I got this one in the mail yesterday. This came out Wednesday. It is Christmas in Duckburg. Carl freaking Barks. More of the Donald Ducks on this one. This is volume... What volume are we on now, Mr. Barks? This is volume 21. So currently, they started at volume 5 in the Carl Barks. This is the whole, they're going to do the whole 30 hardbacks. They released, I think, the original 30 hardbacks in England or somewhere overseas. Because, man, Donald Duck in England, man. Don Ross will tell you. The Duck stuff is very popular in England. So, but Fantagraphics has done a great job. They've recolored a lot of these to make them just freaking pop. You know, they're just beautiful comics in the vein of Carl Barks' 4-color goodness right here. This is, like I said, volume 21. Volume 5 was the first volume Fantagraphics put out. It was the Christmas on Bear Mountain, you know, Uncle Scrooge's first appearance and stuff like that. There's little Scrooge McDuck right there. He's fuming. He's pissed. But basically, you know, Carl Barks, Don Rosa, that's the reason why we were able to watch DuckTales as kids, because this guy right here created Duckburg and a plethora of other mainstays that Disney now uses and makes money off of, like they do every other intellectual property they buy. Anyway, very freaking cool. I collect these. I have not read any of these yet. I've just been letting them sit on the shelf because I've been doing superhero stuff. But I've got volume 5 to 21 now. So we've got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So there's 13 more volumes. And they're probably going to release the first 4 after they're done releasing, you know, 22 through 30. So that's a kick-ass series. If you love Donald Duck as much as me, or Scrooge McDuck as much as me, 2 authors you need to know. And if you're readers. Now, if you're collectors, go buy the CGCs and the slabs and all that of the key issues of these. But, well, I'll give you one of them. One of them, I think, was it 4-color 9? I can't remember what it was, but it was the first Carl Barks work in a comic book. Of course, you want to get the first Carl Barks cover. You want to get Christmas on Bear Mountain, which is Scrooge McDuck's first appearance. I mean, just so much goodness. But man, the best way to read it, buy them in hardcovers. This one I got from the library here. Shazaam, the World's Mightiest Mortal by Denny O'Neil and C.C. Beck. And basically what you get in these are you're getting that original 70s run. So you get Shazaam 1. You know, a ton of people have this book here. You know what stupid is? I'm going to let y'all know. Like, most people bought this book when they found out the movie was coming out. That's bandwagon shit right there. If you a Shazaam fan, you should have had this book a long-ass time ago. And if you didn't know, I'm a Shazaam fan. So get with that shit, man. 20 center right there. But anyways, basically, you get the Denny O'Neil stories in these. You don't get the reprints. Now, the originals that I got in the Shazaam box right here, you're getting all the reprints. Let me pull one out real quick. Get one of these big giants out. I know y'all love these. It's hard to get them in mint condition like this. That's number 16. So this is a 100-page for only 60 cents. You get all these extra stories, a lot of reprints. Now, the thing is, you don't get all the reprints in this book. You just get the Denny O'Neil. You get the new stuff. You don't get the OG stuff. So let me put that back there. Yeah, I got that whole freaking run. But I wanted to read it in a collected form. And what was cool about this book is you get how Mr. Mine had put a lot of people from the old school Fawcett Marvel family storyline. He put them in kind of like a freezed state, and they got all unlocked out of their freezed state in this storyline, and it kind of continues, and it brings Billy into the 70s, which a lot of the talk in the 70s, a lot different from a kid that went missing in 53 or whenever they quit publishing the Marvel Family issue 89, which was the last Fawcett appearance of Captain Marvel Jr., and Mary Marvel. So fans, I've been reading a lot of kick-ass stuff. I'm still getting my weekly stuff. You know, you'll find out about, weekly things that I read in the Comic Core. So watch Comic Core because we're about 5 minutes away from showtime. Fans, again, everyone in the chat, Thuggy1, how the hell have you been, brother? Oh, yeah, Houston, that is where you at, isn't it, Rob? Rob Rip is from Houston. Goomba213, what's up, Goomba? Hey, Immortal Biggie Shack stopped by, too. Man, this place is the place to be on Friday nights, man. Thank y'all so much for coming by. And if you missed anything, make sure you go check us out on the Rewind. Thanks again for the G-Spot, Robert Galvin with the $5 Super Chat, and my main man, Darren Scott Farr. Congrats on the Arcade 1-Up with the $1.99 Super Chat. You people are freaking awesome. And we're going to see you next Friday as well, 8 Central Standard Time, 9 Eastern, right before the Comic Core. Fans, again, thank you all so much for coming out tonight. Whoa, hey, shit. Sorry, wrong damn thing. I meant to fade. I meant to fade the chat out like this, so it fades out. God, it's been too long. But fans, this is the great legend of the Great Legend Show. And God, it's been so long since I've said any of this. Let me just start it all over. Fans, thanks so much for coming out tonight, seeing the hottest damn show on the internet, and that's the Great Legend Show, because that's what I said. It's the best and the greatest show you're ever going to see, and that's why you're watching me, the L-E-G to the E-N mother effing D. God, some of the best in the old Midwest. Shout out to Paul again. All right, so fans, this is the Great Legend saying peace out. God bless.
All I need is just to live one last night. Try
I'm clicking on the wrong buttons tonight, man. Holy shit, I was supposed to go to the credits screen. Give it up for the credits.
Stranger, but at least I got